Welcome to State Engineering Services Examination and Sscje section of Winds of Change. In this we will cover so many questions related to State AE as well as Sscje examination. For any problem you can mail us at windsofchange2020@gmail.com and download the study material from the link in the description box. Subscribe the channel if you find it useful and download the app of Winds of Change to stay updated. This is second video in the continuation of 120 questions of surveying. In this video we will discuss question number 31 to 60. So let's begin with 31st question. The coverage is least if photography is high oblique, low oblique, vertical or none of these. Just think about it. In case of the photography, if it is oblique or it is vertical, then the coverage will be least in which case? It is an easy question. You can easily think about it. The answer will be option C, that is in case of the vertical photography, the coverage will be least. You can see here this is the condition of the vertical photograph, okay, and this is how the camera lens work. It works at 90° to the plane, okay, while in case of the oblique photograph it will be having some angle, so the coverage will be more in this case. In case of the high oblique, you look here, it looks like this, in which you can see the horizon also, okay. So in this the field of view will be very high, okay. So answer will be vertical, that is in case of the vertical the coverage will be least. Next question. The parallax of a point on the photograph is due to ground elevation, flying height, length of the airbase or all of the above. Just think about it. The parallax of a point on the photograph is due to all of the above, that is due to ground elevation as well as flying height as well as the length of the airways, okay. All of these are the important factor determining the parallax of a point on the photograph. Next question. The principal line is the line joining the principal point and nadir, isocenter, perspective center or none of the above. Just think about it. What is the principal line? Okay, the principal line will be the line that will be joining the principal point, and the answer will be option B, that is isocenter. Okay, option B will be the correct one. You can see here this is the principal line, okay, and this line will be joining, let's say this is the principal point, okay, and this is the isocenter point, this is the nadir point. So this isocenter point and this principal point, if the line joins these two, this will be called as the principal line, okay. So memorize it. Next question. A series of closely spaced contour lines represents a steep slope, gentle slope, uniform slope or plane surface. Just think about it. Closely spaced contour lines, what it will represent? It is an easy question. You can easily determine it. The series of the closely spaced contour, that means the contour interval will be closer to each other, so it will be a case of the steep slope, that is option A will be the correct answer. Okay, you can see here this is this portion, this will be of a steep gradient, this portion will be of the gentle slope, okay. So it looks like this in the elevation. Next question. To have the greatest coverage of the area, the type of the photography used is high oblique, low oblique, vertical or none of these. Just think about it. The type of the photography that will be used for greatest coverage of the area. We have already seen the type of the photography. So what will be the correct answer? It will be high oblique. Okay, we have already seen in case of the high oblique photograph, you can see that the coverage area will be maximum. Next question. The benchmark is established by hypsometry, barometric leveling, spirit leveling or trigonometric leveling. Just think about it. We establish the benchmark by using which type of leveling? The answer will be option C, that is spirit leveling. Okay, using the spirit level we provide benchmark at some location. Usually we provide it when we finish at some point in the survey work and we have to begin the work on the next day. It is called foresight also, but sometimes if we have to provide a permanent position for that one, then it will be called as the benchmark. Okay, the reduced level of that point will be known to us. Next question. The normal longitudinal overlap is generally kept 50%, 60%, 70% or 75%. Just think about it. The normal longitudinal overlap that will be generally kept as, The answer will be option B, that is 60%. Okay, longitudinal overlap is generally kept in between 50% to 60%. So taking the average, it will be around 60%. Okay, and the overlap between the two alternative photo should be 10% to 20%. While in case of the lateral overlap, the overlap between the adjacent flight line, which is called the lateral overlap, and this should be around 20% to 30%. Okay. Next question. The difference of parallax for a given difference in elevation is independent of focal length of the camera, overall size of the photograph, percentage of overlap, or all of the above. Just think about it. We are talking about the difference of parallax for a given difference in elevation. It will be independent of. In this formula, which one will not occur? Just think about it. The answer will be option D, that is all of the above. In the formula of the difference of the parallax, we cannot see all these things. Okay, we can see the formula here. In the formula for the parallax, you can see here in the parallax equation, this is independent of the focal length of the camera, independent of the overall size of the photograph, as well as the percentage of the overlap. Okay, so it will be independent of all these three. Next question. If the focal length of the object glass is 25 cm and distance from the object glass to the Trunnion axis is 15 cm, the additive constant is 0.1, 0.4, 0.6 or 1.33. Just think about it. The additive constant in case of the tachometry, the additive constant is the sum of the focal length of the object lens plus the distance from object glass to the Trunnion axis. Okay, so it will be sum of these two. So the answer will become 25 plus 15, that is 40 centimeter, which can be represented in meter as 0.4 meter. Okay, so option B will be the correct answer. Next question. Latitude of a place is angular distance from Greenwich to the place, equator to the poles, equator to the nearer pole, or none of these. Just think about it. The latitude of a place is the angular distance from, in all these options, none of these are correct. So option D will be the correct answer, because latitude is the angle which ranges from 0 degree at the equator to the 90 degree at the pole. Okay, so it will be the angle from equator to the point that is taken under consideration. Okay, where we have to obtain it, where we have to obtain the latitude angle. Okay, so it will not be any of these, neither Greenwich to the place or equator to the poles or equator to the nearer pole. Okay, so all these are the incorrect statement. Next question. The foot of the perpendicular on the picture plane through the optical center of the camera lens is known as isocenter, principal point, perspective center, or plumb line. Just think about it. In this, the foot of a perpendicular on the picture plane. Okay, foot of the perpendicular mean at the base through the optical center of the camera lens is known as, it will be called as, just think about it, it will be called as option B, that is principal point. Okay, you can see here, this is the optical axis, that is from the camera lens. You can see here it will be perpendicular to the picture plane, and where it will be cutting it, okay, where it will intersect this point will be called as the principal point. Okay, so option B will be the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following methods of the theodolite traversing is suitable for locating the details which are far away from the transit station? Measuring angle and distance from one transit station, measuring angles to the point from at least two stations, measuring angles at one station and distance from the other, or measuring distance from 2 points on the traverse line. So here, using the theodolite traversing, we have to find out that which method will be suitable for far away from the transit station. Okay, for the detail which have to locate far away from the transit station. So think about it. The answer will be option B, that is measuring the angles to the point from at least two stations. Okay, because theodolites are mainly used for the sake of the angles only. Okay, so from the angles from 2 points, we will find out the exact location of that point. Okay, so moving on to next question. Parallax bar measures parallax height, parallax difference, or height difference. Just think about it. It is an easy question. Parallax bar will measure the parallax difference. Okay, option C will be the correct answer. It is an instrument which looks like this. This is the parallax bar which is used for the measurement of the parallax difference. Next question. Pick up the correct statement from the following. North end of the polar axis is known as North Pole. South end of the polar axis is known as South Pole. Point where polar axis when produced northward intersect the celestial sphere is known as the north celestial pole, or all of the above. Just think about it. Which statement are correct in these? The answer will be option D, that is all of the above are correct. First of all, this is the definition of the North Pole. This one is the definition of the South Pole, and this one is the one which is called as North Celestial Pole. Okay, so memorize it. All these are very important. Next question. An aerial photography may be assumed as parallel projection, orthogonal projection, central projection, or none of these. Just think about it. An aerial photograph. The aerial photograph is an example of central projection. Okay, you can see here in the diagram, this is a case of the central projection. Okay, either it will be vertical photography or oblique photography. So usually we go for the vertical photography only. So you can see here it is a case of the central projection. Next question. There are two stations A and B. Which of the following statement is correct? The fore bearing of AB is AB. The back bearing of AB is BA. The fore and back bearing of AB will differ by 180 degree or all of the above. We have discussed a question like this in the previous video. So here, which one will be the correct answer? You can easily answer it. Option D will be the correct answer. That is, all of these are the correct. Fore bearing of AB is the AB angle only, while the back bearing will be BA. Okay, and the fore bearing and back bearing, that will be differ by 180 degree, which is always a correct statement. Next question. Intersection method of detailed plotting is more suitable for forest, urban areas, hilly areas, or the plains. Just think about it. Why we use the intersection method in case of the plane table surveying? The intersection method is used in case where we have an inaccessible terrain where we cannot go. We cannot do the plotting directly. Okay, in that case we go for the intersection method. So intersection method will be most suitable for hilly terrain, okay, hilly areas where we do not have to go while we can only obtain the plottings. Okay, next question. The maximum tolerance in a 20-meter chain is 2 mm, 3 mm, 5 mm, or 8 mm. Just think about it. Very easy question. The maximum tolerance in the 20-meter chain, that will be 5 mm. Option C will be the correct answer, while in case of the 30-meter chain it will be 8 mm. Memorize it, it is very important. Next question. In the quadrantal bearing system, a whole circle bearing of 293 degree 30 minute can be expressed as west 23 degree 30 minute north, or north 66 degree 30 minute west, or south 113 degree 30 minute north, or north 23 degree 30 minute west. Okay, so in this, first of all, which expressions are correct? The north will come first, either north or south will come first. Okay, so first one cannot be the correct answer, we already know it. Now the angle which will lie in the fourth quadrant, as we can see here, that 293 degree 30 minute. So the answer will be coming out to be in north and west. Okay, so either option B or option D will be the correct one. Okay, now we have to find out that what will be the quadrantal bearing. So we have to subtract it from 360 degree. So the obtained answer will be option B, that is 66 degree and 30 minute, which will be the correct answer. North 66 degree 30 minute to west. Okay, memorize it. In the fourth quadrant it will lie. Next question. The sensitivity of a bubble tube can be increased by increasing the diameter of the tube, decreasing the length of the bubble, increasing the viscosity of liquid, or decreasing the radius of curvature of the tube. Just think about it. How we can increase the sensitivity of a bubble tube? The answer will be option A, that is with increase in the diameter of the tube. Okay, this is an easy question. If we increase the diameter of the tube, then the sensitivity can be increased. Okay, next question. Pick up the correct statement from the following. Aerial photographs may be either vertical or oblique. Vertical photographs are taken with the axis of the camera pointing vertically downward, or vertical photographs are used for most accurate maps, or all of the above. Just think about it. Which are the correct statement here? The answer will be option D, that is all of the above will be the correct answer. In this, the statements are aerial photographs may be either vertical or oblique, which we have already seen in previous questions. Vertical photographs are taken with the axis of the camera pointing vertically downward. Okay, then only the vertical photograph can be obtained, and vertical photographs are used for most accurate maps. Next question. Pick up the incorrect statement from the following. Apparent solar time is measured from the lower transit of the true sun. Mean solar time is measured from the lower transit of the mean sun. Sidereal time is measured from lower transit of the first point of the iris, or sidereal time is measured from the upper transit of the first point of the iris. In this, which one will be the incorrect statement? The answer will be option D, that is sidereal time is measured from the lower transit of the first point of iris, in which it is given as upper transit, so it will be incorrect statement, and all other statements are correct. Okay. Next question. Different grades are joined together by compound curve, transition curve, reverse curve, or vertical curve. Just think about it. Different grades, let's say different grades, that will be joined together by using a vertical curve. You can see here, this one is upgrade, this one is downgrade, so these two will be joined together by using a vertical curve. Next question. If in a closed traverse the sum of the north latitude is more than the sum of the south latitude, and also the sum of the west departure is more than the sum of the east departure, the bearing of the closing line is in the northeast quadrant, southeast quadrant, northwest quadrant, or southwest quadrant. Just think about it. In this one, we can see here sum of north latitude is more than sum of the south latitude. Okay, so the error will be lying in the north quadrant. Okay, because it will be more in the north one, and some of the west departure is more than the east departure. Okay, so it will lie in the northwest. The error will lie in the northwest, so the bearing of the closing line that will be observed in southeast quadrant, that will be opposite to these two. Okay, so option B will be the correct answer. Memorize it. Next question. In triangulation surveys, the area is divided into triangular figures. Control stations are located from which detailed surveys are carried out. Sites are not measured excepting the baseline, or all of the above. Just think about it. In case of the triangulation surveys, the answer will be option D, that is all of the above are correct statement. Now in case of the triangulation surveys, the area is divided into triangular figures. Different triangles are being formed, okay, and they are being joined together. The control stations are located from which detailed surveys are carried out, okay, using plane table or some other method. Sites are not measured excepting the baseline. Okay. Next question. Which of the following methods of offsets involve less measurement on ground? Method of perpendicular offsets, method of oblique offsets, method of ties, or all involve equal measurement on the ground, which is obviously not correct. So which one will require the least measurement on the ground? So least measurement will be obtained in case of the perpendicular offset only. So option A will be the correct answer. You can see here, this will be the perpendicular offset. If we go for the oblique offset, then the distance will become more. Next question. The difference between the level line and the horizontal line is that a level line is a curved line while horizontal line is straight line. Level line is normal to plumb line while horizontal line may not be normal to plumb line at the tangent point to the level line. Horizontal line is normal to plumb line while level line may not be normal to the plumb line, or both are same. Just think about it. What is level line and what is horizontal line? The answer will be option A. Okay, horizontal line will be the tangent line, okay, while the level line will be the curved line. Horizontal line will be straight, level line will be curved. So option A will be the correct answer. Memorize it. Next question. Contour interval is inversely proportional to the scale of the map, directly proportional to the flatness of the ground, larger for accurate works, or larger if time available is more. Just think about it. Contour interval is, option A will be the correct answer. Contour interval is inversely proportional to the scale of the map. If the scale is more, then contour interval will be lesser. Okay. Next question. The relief displacement of a building 72 meter high on the photograph is 7.2 mm and its top appears 10 cm away from the principal point. The flying height of the camera is 500 meter, 1000 meter, 1500 meter or 2000 meter. Just think about it. In the formula of relief displacement, if we place all the values, then we will easily obtain the answer. So let's try to find it out. The answer will be option B, and how it will be obtained. Since the formula for relief displacement is RH upon H, okay, where this H will be the flying height. So we have to find out the flying height. So it will be RH upon relief displacement, okay, where in which R value will be 10, that is it will be 10 centimeter away from the principal point. The top appears 10 centimeter away from principal point, and this H value will be the height of the building, okay, so it will be 72 meter here, while relief displacement is 0.72, which is given here in mm, so it will be converted into centimeter as 0.72. So it will be 1000 meter will become the H, that is the flying height of the camera. Okay, next question. The distance between the projection center and the photograph is called principal distance, principal line, isocentric distance or focal length. Just think about it. The distance between the projection center and the photograph, it will be called as option A, that is principal distance. We have already discussed it. It is an easy question to answer. It is the distance between the lens plane and the image plane, okay, that is between the projection center and the photograph. So option A will be the correct answer. So here we will finish with the 60th question. In the next video we will come up with 61 to 90th question. Till that, subscribe to this channel and stay updated.